NIST CSF is one of the new kids of the cybersecurity block, but despite its relative youth, after all only being introduced in 2014, according to Gartner, over 50% of companies use NIST CSF for their cybersecurity. What makes CSF so desirable is its very structure. It is a single framework with a comprehensive scope and prescriptive maturity levels for multiple cybersecurity types. So in this video, we'll take a deep dive into NIST CSF controls, what they are, how they're structured, and how to get compliant with NIST CSF. We've made a lot of videos about NIST frameworks, so top right corner if you'd like to know more about NIST CSF, NIST 850Z, or NIST 800-171. We also have a video about the soon-to-be expected NIST CSF 2.0, so stay tuned for that. You can also download our free NIST CSF controls checklist from the description and comment below, just to help you get started. NIST CSF, or cybersecurity framework, is a set of standards, guidelines, and practices to promote the protection of an organization's critical infrastructure. And it was built by its namesake, the National Institute of Standards and Technology. And while NIST's first priority is to build these frameworks to address national security threats and protect federal information systems, the real value of CSF lies in its ability to be adopted by private organizations in any sector and of any size. Here's what the NIST CSF 1.1 document looks like. And this page is its crown jewel. NIST CSF is broken down into 5 functions, basically critical security program steps. They are identify, protect, detect, respond, and recover. These 5 functions are further broken down into categories like asset management, governance, risk assessment, and more. There's 23 of these in total, and all of them have their own individual subcategories, which serve the function of controls. The final piece to cover in this structure is informative references, basically a list of other resources and frameworks you can refer to understand more about the controls and their implementation. In total, after everything is said and done, there's 108 controls in this CSF. Now that we have that theoretical knowledge, let's put it into practice and discuss the 5 functions of this CSF in detail. Number 1, identify. To protect against cybersecurity attacks, cybersecurity teams need a thorough understanding of what are the most important assets and resources to an organization. The identify function includes such categories as asset management, business environment, governance, risk assessment, risk management strategy, and supply chain risk management. Some of the controls under these categories include physical device monitoring, critical risk identification, cybersecurity role alignment, and more. Number 2 is protect. The protect function covers much of the technical and physical security controls required for developing and implementing appropriate safeguards and protecting your critical infrastructure. Categories under this include identity management and access controls, awareness and training, data security, information protection processes and procedures, maintenance, and protective technology. Some controls include physical device management, user training, configuration change controls, etc. Number 3 is detect. The detect function implements measures that alert an organization to cyber attacks. Very important. Detect categories include anomalies and events, security continuous monitoring, and detection processes. Some examples of controls are detected event analysis, network monitoring, and detection improvement. Number 4 is respond. The respond function aims to ensure the appropriate response to cyber attacks and other cybersecurity events. Specific categories include response planning, communications analysis, mitigation, and improvements. Respond features controls like stakeholder coordination, forensic analysis, and incident mitigation. Finally, number 5, recover. Recover implements plans for cyber resilience and ensuring business continuity in the event of a cyber attack, security breach, or any cybersecurity event. You want to be back to business as soon as possible. The recovery functions are recovery planning, improvements, and communication. Controls in the recover category include recovery execution, reputation management, and recovery communication. It's important to note that NIST CSF does not dictate how an organization, for example, should inventory its physical devices and systems, or how to inventory software platforms and applications. It is instead a checklist of the tasks you should complete to achieve your desired cybersecurity goal. An organization can choose its own method on how to perform the inventory. And if the organization needs further guidance, it can refer to the informative references in the document. There is a lot of freedom in the CSF to pick and choose the tools that best suit the cybersecurity risk management needs of your organization, which is why so many companies swear by it. These are the basics, and if you'd like to know more about CSF Profile, its implementation tiers, the CSF core and more, you can watch the video in the top right corner right now. In essence, the core contains the functions, categories and subcategories and informative references that we just covered. Implementation tiers are how you want to manage the risks you perceive. If you operate in a high-risk environment, you will want to go the extra mile, and CSF can help with that. The implementation tiers are partial, risk-informed, repeatable, and adaptive. The final piece is CSF profiles. In this case, current profile and target profile. In essence, where you are from a cybersecurity standpoint right now versus where you want to be. That is your target. NIST represents a fundamental shift in the world of cybersecurity, moving from moment-in-time compliances to continuous monitoring compliance. The focus on constant visibility along with the adaptive nature of controls means that organizations will also have to shift the way they get compliant, from the old paperwork, human-assisted and manual approach to a more digitized, automated and integrated method of compliance. And so the final thing to consider is implementation itself. And there's 3 ways Sprinto can help. The first, like I mentioned earlier, is a NIST CSF Controls checklist that you can download for free from the link in the comment in the description below. The second is another one of the videos that we've made about NIST CSF called NIST CSF Implementation, which gives you a step-by-step guide on how to implement the framework. Top right corner now. The last way we help is Sprinto. Sprinto helps thousands of companies leverage compliance automation across several frameworks: NIST CSF, 853, SOC 2, ISO 27001, GDPR, and so much more, so that companies can get compliant faster, easier, and more inexpensively. Continuous monitoring via Sprinto's centralized dashboard means that you stay compliant too, all year round, not just during an audit cycle. To know more, visit sprinto.com or book a demo with one of our cybersecurity experts using the link below. And as always, if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section. We'll get back to you as soon as possible. If you find this video useful, remember to like and subscribe, or better yet, share the video with somebody that you think might find it useful too.